Hi, this is Gabriel Romero with The Source Live. We're here in Soledad, California with Craig Johnson, Director of Snow Pea and Snap Pea Harvesting of Garden Valley, a division of Mann Packing. Craig, welcome.
Thank you. Thank you for coming down today.
So, growing regions for snap peas, obviously Soledad, California here. Tell me a little bit of different areas besides here.
So in the summertime, we're in the Salinas Valley, which is one of the coolest valleys in the country. In the wintertime, we travel between 4 different states in Mexico, and that comprises our production to get through the wintertime. We go to Mexico for the warmer weather and to avoid any frost.
So what's the season here in Soledad, California?
We start in the middle of April and we'll go to the middle of October. And then we kind of overlap between different districts, so it stretches the season both ends, but it's a 5-6 month season between April and October.
Craig, obviously this is labor intensive. We see the pickers on their knees harvesting. Is it similar to strawberries?
Yeah, it's very similar to strawberries in that they're down low to the ground. They have to work through the plant and pick out the peas individually by hand. Here in Salinas, it's one big pick on the first pick, and we'll get 90% of our volume from that pick. And then we'll come back a week later and do a second pick.
What's the difference between that and Mexico?
In Mexico, we could pick it 4 or 5 times, so you're really only getting 20 to 25% on each pick.
So when they're out here harvesting, do they look for a specific size or quality when it comes to the picking?
Yeah, they look for a pod that started to swell a little bit and it's got decent length to it. We're always going to have kind of an eclectic look to it in our bags and in our boxes because we don't actually size the peas, we go by maturity. So they're looking for a pea pod that has some width to the pod, and the pod wall has started to swell a little bit. Those are the most flavorful.
So when I'm in the grocery store, I buy some snap peas. There's a little bit of white hue sometimes. I mean, is there defects that come along with it when you're harvesting, what you're looking for?
When a pea is picked at the proper maturity, it is also very susceptible to bruising. So what you're seeing with the white spots is generally bruising that happens after harvest.
So how long is it from seed to harvest? Do you transplant these plants or do you actually go from seed?
Our crops are all direct seeded, and so we end up planting enough seed to where it's about a 400,000 or 500,000 plant population per acre. And it grows in the normal time that you'd see a row crop around here. This one is scheduled at 77 days, and in the middle of the summer it'll get down even to 60, 65 days.
How many snap peas will you get off of one plant?
Well, the plant will start producing usually at about the 15th node, and then from there you're going to get 2 pods per node, and you could get 3 or 4 at one time. And the plant is a single stalked structure, and you group together 400,000 or 500,000 of them in an acre. They're really only inches apart, and that's why when you look at the field it looks like a hedgerow, but it's really just a collection of a bunch of individual plants.
So when you're eating snow peas, it has that string in there. It's difficult to get out and difficult to chew. Snap peas that are here, they're stringless?
Yes, exactly. We specialize in stringless snap peas, and we get that from 3 proprietary varieties that we have with Syngenta that are exclusive to Mann Packing. So the actual seed itself will determine whether the pod is stringless or not.
Craig, thank you very much for your time.
Thanks for coming down to Soledad.
Hopefully you learned a little bit of education about snap peas today. And if you have any questions or concerns, please reach out to ProAct, and we'll see you next time.